Oh dear, fantastic stuff for Blackburn Rovers. Big victory today at Ewood Park as Rovers held on for tight for dear bloody life. 2-1 win over Bristol City. Absolutely fantastic. A bogey team, a traditional bogey team, especially over the last 10 years. I think if we can count the victories that we have had against Bristol City, both home and away, on zero, on no hands, because we're in very minimum, and today it was so close to being yet another banana skin. Goodness gracious me. Rovers were good, well, at least in stages good. It was pretty much a chess match, this game, as Rovers held on in the end, as Bristol City threw the kitchen sink at Rovers to try and get a share of the spoils. But credit where credit's due. After a shit result against Leeds, big result from Rovers in midweek at Ewood Park, which has not been a fortress for Rovers, but a good, strong victory, which puts us right back, or keeps us in contention for a push for those playoff spots. 8th spot it is, final call there, but it looks like the likes of Sunderland picking up a big victory, West Brom as well, Preston also getting victorious. So a good result for us to keep us in and amongst that discussion. But let's talk about the goals. Of course, the first goal, Iceman, fantastic. That's right, the Viking, Arne Sigurdsson with his 5th goal for the Rovers. About bloody time. He played the full 90 today, if my memory serves me correctly. So great to see him fully fit, delivering, helping out Smodic, who of course has been our main outlet of goals. The second, as Rovers made it 2 to the bloody nil. Scotty Warren with another bullet header from set pieces. That's his second in quick succession for Rovers to give themselves a bit of breathing space. And at that point, we were looking for the third. Could we find the third? No, we couldn't. Bristol City actually got themselves right back into it with their own goal, as of course, they made it real difficult for us to try and get ourselves back into it. I'm just trying to remember who scored their goal. I couldn't remember it because I actually closed my eyes. It was bloody murder. Big shout out to Pete for doing the watch along today as Rovers held on tight. But yeah, Mark Sykes with a goal, and that made it difficult viewing with a good 30 minutes left to play. Realistically, I think it was a very fine game, and if we're going to be completely honest with you, a draw might have been a fair result. But to be honest with you, we needed a result like this. We needed a bounce back against Leeds at Ewood Park, maybe get some momentum heading into this busy period of games, especially for me. I'm being a bit greedy here. I'm looking forward to the next 3 games as Rovers go to Southampton. I'll be there, that's right. And of course, I'll be there at Ewood Park for the next home game. So a bit of momentum maybe in our sails, and hopefully maybe an extended push towards the top 6 before the end of the calendar year. Big result though, fantastic stuff. And the news, of course, at the start of the match was the substitutes bench. Young Rory Finneran, 15 years of age, would have been one of, if not the youngest ever Rovers player, but he didn't get on because due to the state of play of this match, it was too close, too fine a margins to jeopardise any youngsters. No Telalovic, no Atchinson, who are also on the bench. Big changes came in the foots of some defensive ranks. James Hill coming on, Harry Leonard came on for Niall Ennis again, who looked, I don't know. He had some good moments. I think the link-up playing between Ennis and Siggy looked good, looked decent. And of course, that's something hopefully we can build upon. But Ennis looked a little bit off the pace a little bit. Leonard coming on and of course giving himself his own 45 minutes. But yeah, James Hill, fantastic to have him as an option on the bench. And hopefully there's more to come from Rovers in maybe the loan market in January. Can we find another gem that we can help to patch this team over? Because we are running on fumes when you consider the likes of young Rory Finneran, 15 years of age, as one of our limited substitutions. So I think we are a little bit threadbare. Of course, we are got a monster injury list of who's who. No Hedges, no Gallagher, no Joe Rankin Costello, no Dom Hyam. Of course, Ainsley Pears edging closer, but he's got to have a lot of work to do to get that number 1 jersey back, because Wildstadt, no clean sheet, but some absolutely fantastic saves to deny Bristol City a share of the spoils here today. So I think I heard Sigurdsson got man of the match, but realistically, give that bloody trophy or whatever they get for man of the match, give it to bloody Wildstadt, because he was absolutely fantastic. And without him, we would have went home with probably nothing, to be honest with you. I think if it was Pears, if it was Jason Steele, roll back the years, Christian Walton, whatever, if they were in goal today, I think we would have been... we would have been going with absolutely nothing. And I thought I firstly saw today for the first time in his short tenure, I've seen the light with Walsh. And I've always been his supporter. I've always had him cheering him on and coming and making, already announcing him as our number 1. But today he became our number 1. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. And I see You know, I hear all the plaudits that Kaminsky's getting right now for Luton. Despite their struggles, Kaminsky is coming out of it with his shit don't stink. He pisses gold. Everyone's loving Kaminsky. Wowstat has got the credentials of Kaminsky, and if not more than that, at such an early stage. So I think we found a real good gem that, of course, will hopefully lead to better finances for us in the future, whether we sell him or maybe he can be the difference between promotion and failure. But anyway, that's it. Big win for Rovers. 2-1 win. Next up, Southampton. And yes, folks, I will be there at St Mary's. Catch me there. See, if you're in the town or in the area, stop by and say hello. But until then, guys, we're out.